Breaking news at this hour, Stratford Road and Moses Lake reopened within the last 30 minutes after a shooting left one person with life-threatening injuries. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, that person was taken to the hospital. Another person was taken into custody. The circumstances of the shooting are not known at this hour, but we will continue to bring you the very latest as we learn more. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. We start tonight with an update on a story that KREM was first to tell you about earlier this month. Mead High School students walked out of class today. They say it was in protest after several Mead football players were accused of assaulting their own teammates. Today, students told KREM 2 the suspects are back at school and the district still isn't doing enough to protect them.
We would be a school to beat, and now we're a school that's been beaten. We're on the dumps, and it's because of a few poor, awful decisions of a few boys.
An organized walkout today at Mead High School with dozens of students saying it's time for district leaders to acknowledge repeated incidents last summer at football camp. Incident reports from Eastern Washington University Police state 2 students were held down by fellow teammates and assaulted with a massage gun. Today, students say it's time for those responsible to be held accountable.
It was sexual assault, and that's what happened. Oh, it's not funny. It's not a joke. This walkout isn't funny. It isn't a joke. It's for an actual meaning. It's fix it. Fix it now.
KREM 2 first revealed the police documents that show the incident happened in June of 2023, but wasn't reported to police for 8 months. Parents told officers their kids said younger students were being hunted down and targeted for hazing purposes by upperclassmen while they were staying at the EWU dorms during summer training camp. An internal Mead investigation report shows coaches knew about social media videos showing the incident from different angles as soon as 3 weeks after it happened, but said at the time it only depicted laughing, shouting, and something resembling a dog pile, and that it was hard to determine what was happening apart from horseplay or roughhousing. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office took the lead in this investigation and ultimately found probable cause to charge 4 teenagers with 4th-degree assault, a gross misdemeanor. But they never actually faced those charges because they entered into a diversion program, agreeing to certain conditions to avoid being charged.
I don't think that letting people who have committed crimes and getting charged legally for it should walk to school with other people.
It's putting all of these students at risk, and it's making us all feel uncomfortable. It's making it hard to come to school.
I asked Mead officials if any of the teens involved in the assault were disciplined, but was only told that each student's case was handled individually. Today, Mead students told KREM 2 that's not enough.
I have an issue with them letting the boys go run drills on the field for scholarships, like they still deserve and earned those.
The district told parents about the walkout through an email saying students have the right to express themselves and to peacefully demonstrate. The Monday walkout took place without incident and was over in time for students to return to their 3rd period classes.
We did reach out to the Mead District today for comment after the walkout. They released a statement reading in part, "As we navigate these challenging and complex issues, we will continue to work with students, families, and staff to create a path forward with a continued focus on our core values." New tonight, the Coeur d'Alene School District voted to change the boundaries of its southern elementary schools. This comes about 2 weeks after they voted to close Bora Elementary School. Now those kids need to go somewhere else. Well, these are the current elementary attendance zones for the southern area of the district. The map is what the district staff approved as the new attendance zones. This will now go into effect next school year. The district believes about 240 Bora students will relocate to nearby schools next school year. After tonight's approval, parents should receive an email in the morning with an invite to an upcoming welcome event. Also new tonight, the Spokane County Medical Examiner identified 12-year-old Nazian Gordon as the middle schooler who drowned in the Spokane River last week. Spokane Fire says 4 kids jumped in, but Gordon did not make it out. And tonight they are reminding the community to be extra safe when swimming in lakes and rivers. The water is often colder and faster than it appears. Now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. A Riverside Elementary School paraeducator faced a judge for the first time today after being arrested on charges of child exploitation. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, detectives started their investigation last week when they received information on an alleged child sex abuse video. The next day, the suspect was identified as 28-year-old Dallas Schuler, an employee at Riverside. Court documents show Schuler was screen recording a video on Snapchat of 2 young boys. They also show there were 14 other videos that were sent to Schuler around that same time. His bond is now set at $150,000. He expected back in court coming up on May 19th. A fire at a Spokane Valley apartment building displaced more than 15 people last night. Spokane Valley firefighters say 2 people were hurt, one with severe burns and smoke inhalation. It happened at the Aspen Village Apartments at around 1:30 this morning. Firefighters say the 6 units are a complete loss and the Red Cross has been called in to help. Construction began today on 16th Avenue between US 195 and Nettleton Lane in South Spokane. According to WashDOT, a private developer closed the avenue to realign the road with 195. That closure is expected to last until mid-July. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. All right, switching gears to talk weather. We are coming off a very warm weekend, and it seems like our nice weather is going to continue through the week. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legault for more on what we need to know. Jeremy?
Well, Mark, when it comes to the next few days, I think we're through the worst of it through at least Thursday. The worst of it being a little bit of cloud cover and a little breeze today. We currently sit in the 60s, but notice the wind out of the west-southwest at 9 miles per hour. It has died down significantly. As we move through the night, negligible. A big change from where we were earlier in the day, all as our cold front continues to progress its way to the east. As it moves out, skies clear back out and rain dies down. A little bit of light shower activity off to the north. That seems to be about the extent of it. If you look in the past hour, we did get a rumble of thunder just off to the west of Sandpoint along Highway 2. That moving out of Priest River and making its way towards Sandpoint likely doesn't have much holding it together. It moves out overnight, and by tomorrow, it's back to the clear skies overhead. Sunny and 74 tomorrow, 77 Wednesday, 81 by Thursday. Wind picks back up, and we're talking a shift in the weather pattern just in time for the weekend. I'll have details on that in your full forecast.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you then, Jeremy. Thank you very much. We could learn as soon as tomorrow if the trial for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students will stay in Latah County. The judge has scheduled a hearing for Brian Koberger tomorrow. His defense team is asking the court to move the trial out of the county, claiming they cannot get an impartial jury. Tomorrow's hearing will be closed to the public, but any ruling should be released by the judge. In other news, Donald Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, spent the day on the stand today. Cohen testified that Trump told him, quote, "Make sure that this story doesn't get out. You handle it," unquote. He was referring to several moments where he says he was told to kill bad press about Trump. Trump continues to deny any wrongdoing. The prosecution is expected to wrap up its case later this week.
Dude, this is bad. Like there is no bridge.
New body camera footage shows the moment first responders showed up on the scene of the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. You can hear they were left shocked by what they saw. This comes as demolition on what's left of the bridge officially started today. Cuts were made in the steel and explosives were hooked up to the structure. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says this is the safest and swiftest process to get the wreckage out of the water. Medicare scams cost taxpayers some $60 billion every year, and scammers are actively targeting seniors trying to get their information. Sometimes it can be hard to tell who can be trusted. Several viewers, including Lisa, reached out to our Verify team after getting calls claiming to be from Medicare. The caller said she needed to update her Medicare card.
It tends to be very convincing, and people need to remember that, again, Medicare will not call and ask you for your more information. They will not solicit you for anything or ask you for any money.
But it's not always easy to tell when you're the target of a scam. So tomorrow night on KREM 2 News at 6, our Verify team reveals some of the tactics that fraudsters are using to try to steal Medicare numbers. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. But